Right, anyway, hello and welcome. Yeah, as Paul said, my name is Tony, and we are going to be today making a comet. So if you were going to describe a comet, what would you call it? What is a comet, really? Yeah?
Flying rock.
Oh, flying rock, close, but a lot of it isn't made out of rock. Think about in the winter. What might you throw at someone? Yeah? A dirty snowball. Well, hopefully you're not throwing dirty snowballs at people. If you're going to have a snowball fight, find some clean snow. Definitely not yellow snow. Don't use that. But the dirty snow is exactly what you'd find with a comet. So, we've got some of the stuff here that you might find in a comet. Any ideas what sort of dirt would you find in a comet? What sort of things? Yeah? Ice, absolutely. So we've got two kinds of ice. We'll get to that. But what's making that ice dirty? Why is it not going to be a pristine white ice? Yeah? Dust. So some of that dust might be something like this. This is iron. Have we all heard of iron?
Yeah.
Yes. It's one of the most used metals. So we're going to put a bunch of iron in there. Plenty of that inside of a comet. We've also got some smellier stuff inside of a comet. So when you think about, rotten egg smell, does anyone know what chemical makes that? Begins with an S. Bit of a tricky question. Not steam. Has anyone ever heard of sulfur? No? Sulfur is what gives that smell that you sometimes get from drains and what rotten eggs smell like. And we can find sulfur inside of a comet. So we're going to get some pure sulfur in there as well. Quite possibly. You might, if you ever tried smelling a comet, it might not smell great. Not just because of that, but also because of this. This stuff is often used in cleaning, but it's nasty stuff that also smells quite bad. This is ammonia. Ammonia is nasty stuff, so we're going to pour some ammonia in there as well. Lovely. But also, we find some stuff in there that we tend to call organic molecules. Now, an organic molecule is something that includes carbon in it. So, you lot are all carbon-based life forms. As such, you are organic. You are organisms. So, we need to put in some organic compounds in there. For that, we're going to use ethanol. Ethanol is alcohol. So, we'll find some alcohol in a comet as well. Pop a good splash of ethanol in there. And, it's not quite dirty enough yet, so we're going to add a bit more of that carbon. So we've got here activated charcoal, or just pure carbon. Plenty of that in there. And of course, a huge amount of that is going to be water. So we're going to add a good amount of water. Okay, so, have I now got a comet? No, why not?
It's all liquid.
It's all liquid. Yeah, what I've got right now is a really bad soup. Absolutely, it is starting to smell. The ammonia just hit my nose. Yep, that is awful. So let's freeze that up nice and quick using this stuff. Dry ice. I'm doing that now, don't worry. Yeah, you're quite right, young man. I didn't put on these gloves. These are cryo gloves. They're made for extreme cold temperatures. Because carbon dioxide is only a solid at temperatures under -80 degrees Celsius. So that's enough to freeze off my fingertips if I put my hand in there. If I dropped it in my eye, enough that my eyes would freeze and fall out. So I'm not going to do that. Got a question?
Isn't frozen ice frozen gas?
Yeah, it is a frozen gas. It goes straight from a gas to a solid, and straight from a solid into a gas. And that's called sublimation, when it goes from a solid into a gas. But I think we should get loads of that in there now. And we're getting loads of that mist now. Now that mist, what do you think that might be? Any ideas? Yeah? Gas, it is. Well, it's actually liquid. It was a gas. So, it's actually water. You see, there's loads of water in the air. Well, this is getting so cold that water in the air is going from water vapour as a gas and turning back into drops of water. Well, as all that is freezing the water, I'm going to give that some good squeezes, pack it all together. So yeah, don't need to worry about me accidentally bringing this in. It is just water, so that's fine. Just keep squeezing that, keep letting that freeze into that dirty Comet. Now, dry ice, you might have noticed, is often used in things like horror films and spooky effects for that mist. Yeah, quite often. You order it from people who sell dry ice. That's how I tend to get dry ice, to answer how we get dry ice. I tend to get mine from a company called dryicesuppliers.uk. You never guess what, they sell dry ice. You don't want to buy it though, because it's not good for you. Because you might touch it and your fingers might fall off. There we go. So we should have something a bit like a comet now, yeah?
I think.
Let's see what we got. Here, we've got a crumbly chunk of comet. We've got a few comets. There's one. So there's a comet.
Is it cold?
It's very, very cold, which is why I still need the gloves. Now, with a comet, have you ever seen pictures of it where, as it's moving, it's got a tail? We all seen that? So let's have a think about this. If the comet is moving this way, what direction is the tail going?
The same way.
Same way, so the tail's going that way, is it? If this is going that way.
It's going the opposite direction.
You think it's going the opposite direction? See, that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? It's only sometimes true, though. Not always. I'll explain why it makes so much sense. Everyone do this with your hands. Can you feel that? What are you feeling on your hands as you're moving them? Air. Is there air in space? No. See, that tail, if it was going in the opposite direction all the time, would be getting caused by drag from air. Well, we haven't got that in space. What's causing it is solar winds.
What?
So, we're going to get the lights off, because I have actually made a genuine star.
What?
Well, it's kind of a star. You see, one part of it makes light, the other part of it makes heat. Hairdryer stuck to a torch. So if I shine the sun on it, it starts to blow a tail. And you'll see that little bit of mist. So it doesn't matter if it's going this way. If the sun's shining on it that way, the tail's going in that way. So if I go that way, it could be going that way. The tail's still pointing in front of it. So even though it might seem like the tail would always be behind it, like it would be here on Earth, it's a little bit different in space. And it's all to do with what angle the sun is shining on it. And that, in short, is how a comet works. We can get the lights back on, if you please, Steph. So, we've got our comet. We've shone a star onto it. And now I think it's time to crumble it up.
Yes! Destroy it, mate!
Alright, I'll destroy it a bit harder. No, it might break the floor. What? Well, this is actually a really good comet. So, quite often, comets do split apart. It also might destroy the floor. And that's what I'm worried about, because it's not my floor. But that is a comet. So I think Paul might have a few extra things to add at the end, and then we'll open up if anyone has any questions.